Hello. No intro because things don't work.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, what does work though is the like button. That does work. But
Yeah, that dummy uppy thing. You guys should hit that.
yeah. All right. Well, we got a con coming up this weekend, and we have costumes to finish. Therefore, we are hitting up Hitmonkey. So I'm going to switch screens and let you do your first run through on this.
Alrighty. Yeah. Hey, where'd I go?
Oh,
Okay, guys.
there
So
you go.
yes, like Jeff was saying, this weekend we're gonna be at Silver Age Comic Con in Reno, Nevada, at the Reno Sparks Convention Center, Saturday and Sunday. Hi, girl mode. Um, we're gonna be there both days, hanging out with Distance Learning, of course, because that's what we do when we go out of state. And while we're there, we have teamed up with Tomb Room to host the Marvel Meetup. It'll be on Saturday at 12:30. If you're there, you go to the Tomb Room booth and we'll gather together and take our photos and we will post them on social medias and have everyone there. So no matter what part of Marvel you dress up as, you can be a part of it. Make up your own Marvel, do a mashup, do a gender bend. If you have something in your Halloween bin and it's you just want to throw it on, or even if it's just a t-shirt, who cares? It's Marvel, you can be in the photo. Hi, Sewong. So come on Saturday and join us at the Tomb Room booth for the Marvel meetup at 12:30 at Silver Age Comic Con. If you sadly cannot make it out to Reno, there is another event going on locally, which is Stockton Con Summer. It's the same weekend in Stockton. There's going to be a ton of guests there. And also, Sat Geeks will be there. So find them, say hey, win a ducky, and see what's going on there with them and buy some merch. You know? It's always fun there too. We would be there if it wasn't lined up with Silver Age. So go there if you can't go to Reno, but go to Reno. We're
Oh,
having a meetup.
apparently you can buy Stocking Con tickets in person from what I'm looking at right here.
Ew, really?
So there's a whole over on Facebook. They have up this whole list here, and it's. I'll share this over to you so you can share it on our thing. But I mean, if you're in say Sacramento, A1 Comics, Comics and Collectibles, Empire Comic Bowl, JLA Comics, Sac Comic and Anime all have tickets on sale and just in Sacramento. They have Stockton locations, Dublin, Elk Grove, Lodi, Manteca, um,
Manteca.
Modesto, Sacramento, Sassoon, and Turlock, and Merced all have locations that are selling stuff. So we'll put this up in our on our social medias.
Yeah, guys. So apparently, if you want hard copies of tickets, we'll post that up and you can look around. I know A1 Comics is around the corner from our house. JLA, they're good people there. We know them fairly well. We can, whenever we have flyers and stuff to pass out, we give them to them and they're always happy to help spread the word of stuff. So that's what's coming up this weekend. And then the Friday after that, the 18th, you guys got to come over to the Straw Hat Night Market. Yes, another night market. It's okay. Sat Geeks is going to be there as a vendor selling merchandise and whatnot. There's going to be, I know Grumpy Cookies is going to be there, along with a lot of other vendors. There's going to be food, music, and all kinds of fun. It's going to be this Friday, July 18th from 6 to 9. And it'll be, I made the image too small. I don't know anymore. of all the info. Give me a second. I messed up.
It says 6 to 10, Friday the 18th.
Yes, and it's anime vibe themed, and it's going to be in East Stockton Boulevard. So if you want more information on it, just go to Instagram and look up Straw Hat Coffee, and that will have all the info there too. And I will be posting more stuff there because Sat Geeks is involved. It's going to be a fun night. And then the next day, when you're feeling up to it after that long night of buying stuff and selling stuff, go down to Madera, California, and hit up this event hosted by Nova Collectibles. They are going to be having Steve Carninas and I'm going to bosh up his name so bad, Kerrigan Mahan, who was Goldar from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I hopefully would love to be able to go down there and meet Goldar. We've met Steve a couple times. He's really cool, really sweet, very nice dude. And yeah, he's cool to hang out with. And oh my gosh, if we could go, I would love to go because I gotta meet Goldar. So that's what's going on Saturday, July 20th. Now, also, what's coming up in July, the weekend after that, is Metal Art Comic Con in Medford, Oregon. Obviously, we're going to be there with Distance Nerding. And I do believe it is rumored that James is supposed to be there this time. We'll see what happens there. So come on, if you're in the area or wanting to travel, go up to Medford, Oregon for Metal Art Comic Con. And then to close out the month of July. Yeah, we're in the month of July. Sat Geeks will have their Geek Pride Market on that last Friday there at the Lucid Winery. And we have a superhero theme. And you guys can come and get your tickets. If you go to Sat Geeks Instagram, they will have the QR code to reserve your tickets. It's free to get in. You just need you to scan the QR code so they can count how many people are in. If you want to buy a VIP, there's a great VIP gift bag. They always have fun stuff there.
And there's food and drink as well.
Yeah, and there's food and drinks there. Lots of adult drinks. They have non-adult drinks too. But, if you don't want to bring the kids and you want a fun, nerdy night out, cosplay is encouraged, not mandatory. You can come hang out at the winery. And yes, Sewong, Metal Arc is at the same time as San Diego Comic-Con, which, speaking of San Diego Comic-Con, Sat Geeks is hosting a panel there. I don't remember exactly what the panel is supposed to be. I think they're still working on it. So when I have more info about that, I can share that with you guys too. And that wraps it up for this session of what's happening in July. Oh, I forgot about this slide. Distance Nerding is also doing a giveaway. They need to get to 500 subscribers. And once they do, they are going to give away some Lego sets. And if you want to know all the details, you guys gotta go to their Instagram and read all the details, because I'm not going to tell you. You got to go visit them. I'm just telling you about it, and you got to go over there. So if you don't know about it, go over to Distance Nerding on Instagram or Facebook, read all the details of how to enter in to win and besides getting them the 500 subs. They're like at 430 something. So they need to get the rest to get to 500 to give people the prizes. Now, I know we don't have a flyer for it, but we're trying to get to 200. When we get to 200 subscribers, we will be giving away all kinds of fun stuff too. So guys, tell your friends to subscribe to Distance Nerding and to us, the Long Fam Cosplay, so that you and your friends can win a bunch of cool stuff. And now it's back to you, babe.
Alrighty. So let's go, y'all. So, so far, I have made a fur hood, and I have made a silicone face for our monkey. We're going to use Bruce's natural ears on here. Right now, this is only pinned in. So one of the things we are going to be working on today is sewing this latex mask to this fur head. Another thing I got to figure out is the zipper. I want to put zippers on the back here. Right here and right here. Which I have another zipper. I don't know where it is at the moment, but I have another one. But if you ever don't know what length zipper you need, get a too long of one. Because all you have to do is you can sew the zipper from that end down, and then you can just cut it off and just either put a little crimp around there or put a couple bands of stitches around wherever you cut it off, and you can make your own stop for this thing. All they do is they just put this little metal crimp in there, that little dark spot. But you can do the same thing with a stapler, honestly. Just leave a little extra tail and then just staple it right past where you want it to stop. So you run into the staple instead of going off the end of it. But in order to stitch this to this, we will have to flip everything inside out. And then the other thing we have is I have this glove here, which I need to figure out how to fit this glove onto a crock and make it look like a foot hand. So I'm thinking most likely we'll split it right down here, down the palm, and then kind of wrap it around the toe the best I can, because it is a black crock I'm using. But the first thing I have to do is I have to make these fingers. So I was playing around with it. I have this one done so far, and it is posable.
Posable.
I can bend it and warp it whatever position I want. So what I did is I took a piece of this gold wire here. Soap cutters? Yeah. This gold wire.
Hi, Tater.
Fold it in half, pinch it shut a little bit, and that is our structure, our base structure. Past that, I'm just using this foam here, and then I am taking it to a little more than the length of a finger. I am literally just kind of wedging it in there. That's all I was doing. It's hard to show anything because it's all on the inside. But you can see on this one over here, there's the foam and the little nub of shiny right here where it's the wire. So I think we will start with this thing though.
Sewing the fur?
Yeah, attach the face to the fur. So I need to pull my pins to the hairline. Over there. Okay. I do believe we have a couple would you rather horrors.
We do. So, chat, Listening ears on, please. Click them on, turn them up all the way to 11.
Why not just make 10 louder?
Because 11, it's one higher. All right, guys. The first, would you rather? Would you rather indulge upon a delicacy of a meatball, the final existence of a...
That's the page we marked?
Yeah, I'm like, it doesn't make sense.
On the right side of that page?
Well, there's one on the top, one on the bottom. Was it the one on the bottom? The right page. Or was it this one? It's like, I feel like this major misprint because it doesn't make sense. Because I remember asking Bruce the bottom one.
That wasn't the page.
We marked it. That's where it was
The
marked.
paper got moved. That was not the page.
Okay. Well, then I'll just do this bottom one that we had asked Bruce before. So, sorry, redo. Would you rather live with a possessed elf on the shelf who progressively does bigger and bigger pranks, or live with a snack time Cabbage Patch Kid whose hunger cannot be satisfied and will slowly eat everything in sight, even you, while you are sleeping? So what would you rather have? An elf who just gets bigger, who pranks you and they get worse and worse and worse, or the Cabbage Patch Kid that like eats everything and will eventually eat you in your sleep? Girl Mode says the elf on the shelf. Tater also says elf on a shelf.
That's kind of seems like the obvious choice there. See, I could be eaten or have fun fucking with you.
I know there's other people in the chat. And yeah, would you rather know that eventually you're going to be eaten alive, but in your sleep?
Yeah, how long are you going to be asleep for that?
Yeah, I mean, knowing me, I would fucking feel that and wake up and then kick the living shit out of it. Like feed it to the squirrel or something. Have it go eat the squirrel. That was arguing with me the other day. I think majority of the chat has answered. So what are your thoughts? What would you rather?
No, definitely the elf. I mean, most people's pranks are more annoying than anything.
Yeah. I said I think elf too. Chancla. What do you mean the chancla? You're gonna feed the Cabbage Patch a chancla? Tyler, you need to make sense with your comments, or you will get a chancla. You didn't get one yet the other day, but you're cruising for one.
Okay. So, because the sides have these curved shapes that have to match certain spots in the face here, I'm going to sew each side first. Sides first, and then I'll do the top and the top and then the bottom.
Okay. And your hand sewing this, is that right?
I am hand sewing this because I do not know how to sewing machine this situation. I'm sure there is a way, but I do not know it.
Yeah, and I think other people would glue it. Because they wouldn't know.
I might do that as well, but I want the stitch so that when I'm stretching this thing, because the mask is actually designed so that the mouth can open.
Now, did you buy that or did you make it?
This is a custom mold, 100% custom fabrication. That's why this lady here got all fade up. Which I'm about to have to move Bruce up to the bigger head, the dude head.
Dude!
Because he's like in between right now, technically. Okay. Take the straight pin.
I guess his head's growing too.
The not so straight pins. Pin that there. I'm just gonna pin this in place. Best I can. Well, one of the upsides to this is with the fur.
Mm-hmm.
It's really easy to hide a lot of. If you have a kind of ugly seam, fur will hide your seam. I made some basic ass seams here, and you can't see any of them from the other side. Okay, so that pins it to there, right there. Let's spin it. Put that down in there. So the fur idol came from a recent show we were at. I was talking to the puppeteer of Yoda,
Mm-hmm.
Jabba the Hutt, and we were talking about like he also worked at ILM, and he would make some of his own. He had to make some of the puppet stuff too, and one of the things he said was he worked on the Planet of the Apes masks, and the original ones were fur, and then they just kind of like attached a face to the fur. So the headpiece was just like fur fabric like this, which is why I decided to go with a fur fabric instead of trying to do a hook and loop thing and doing all that work. Is because I'm like, if it was good enough for Planet of the Apes, I mean, should be good enough for a children's costume.
Oh. Mm. Easy Money's trying to come in with the would you rathers. But it's not horror themed.
Yeah, it's a month of horror.
Yeah. Hey, Grave wants to know if you saw his text today.
Yes, I did.
Yes, he did.
I was very busy. I was very busy today. I have a vehicle in my bay at work that is like city vehicle that's a brand new vehicle that they weren't happy with, so I have to get it done and get it done fast.
Damn.
So, Warsaw County. Where are you now?
Okay, I was like, I know that county.
Okay, so I'm gonna leave the forehead not pinned yet, and talk about horror. Look at that creepiness.
Dang.
Okay. Where did I put the thread? I see the string. It's under the.
Yeah, that's why Graveyard, I didn't put it up. Oh, Graveyard wants to know, are you wanting more horror movie would you rathers?
Sure.
Yeah, if you have some, please, by all means. That way I don't have to try to flip through the book. I mean, if people also have you on Facebook, they would know your name. But I know you want to keep it mysterious, so I don't say it. Just like for a very long time, Sack Deadpool didn't want his actual name out. So I don't say it that often. Try to keep it to his Instagram name. But yes, by all means, if you have horror themed would you rathers, please put them in the chat. I'll read them out loud, put them up on the screen. I'll just check you back on some stuff on my phone.
Here's a fucking for the show. Would you rather me start the freaking Ash Ketchum next week? The Ash Ketchum crossed over with. Oh, you bastard, you broke. The Ash Ketchum crossed over with Ash Williams, or a custom one-off character called Dr. Ten. So he brings dark bars to the screen.
Well, Grave just put in, would you rather have the ghost STD from It Follows or the smile virus? Now, unfortunately, I don't know anything about horror to give any context to that. I just go to the one horror convention. And Grave votes Ash from Evil Dead half.
Really?
And Tyler votes Smile Virus.
So smile virus is very similar to like Joker poison. Would probably be the easiest way to describe it to someone that doesn't watch that stuff.
What was that? I was answering it.
Smile virus would be probably the easiest way to describe it. It would be it's similar to the Joker venom.
Yeah, I think I'd rather have a smile virus than a ghost STD because that just sounds like it'd be really hard to get rid of because if it's a ghost, it might be invisible, but there, like it leaves traces of it. Oh, smile virus essentially kills you in less than 7 days. It follow you could live with. Oh, okay, well.
Yeah.
I guess if I rather die in 7 days or just live with something else, it'd be like living with diabetes. So maybe I'd have the STD from the ghost. I don't know if it's from the ghost.
You mean the ectoplasm?
Yeah. A
Weird.
ghost just slowly follows you around. Well, that's not much different than normal life.
Every Japanese ghost ever.
Yeah. Mm. It's actually a curse, not a virus. Okay, Easy Money. I'm gonna let you and Graveyard discuss that in the chat, and I'm just gonna take a step back here. Just gonna let that sit there. Because yeah, I am not, like I said, I'm not the horror expert, but I feel like Graveyard is the most here, so he was putting it in layman's terms, which thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So I have almost gotten down one side of the face. I've only stabbed myself 3 times.
Hmm.
Guess I should bring you guys up a little so you can actually see what I'm doing here. I am having to use pliers.
Both are
I shove it halfway in and then fold it over so I can get it stabbed back out. And once it's through, I can grab it with my hand and pull it. I've managed to sew that side of the face.
Mm.
Stab it in just a little, fold it over, stab it back out on the other side, pull it tight. I am using a finger inside the mouth, the eyes, wherever I can get one through this thing to hold the piece of fabric and latex together. This is also, I don't know, 40 some odd coats of liquid latex. Not technically the right way to do this, but it worked.
Whatever works. So
Realistically,
yes.
I should have bought a jug of latex mask. It would have worked better, and it's easier to paint. But I didn't need to paint this one, and I have this big old jar of Maron latex that will go bad in a couple months if I don't use it up.
So if you're in the area and you have latex needs, we are the people to come to.
That's just what liquid latex does. That one already had a couple of clumps when I was working on it. And the clumps come out looking horribly. They look like lung butter.
Ugh. Which I know what that looks like with when it gets gumpy, but just to bring it home for the people who haven't experienced using it before. Let's see. I'm gonna look in the book here for another would you rather.
I was kind of leaning, like, both of those costumes I want to build for different reasons. The Ash Williams one would be really cool to, if I get it done before Comic Verse.
Oh, yeah.
But
that's the beginning of August, less than a month away.
Yeah. But, on the other hand, Dr. Tim is going to have all kinds of interesting, fun processes to work with. Because I have fiberglass in there. There's 3D printing because I want to make a ring collar that the mask sits on one side of the ring and my shoulder support piece sits on the other side of the ring. and it makes a it makes like a bearing. But I'm most likely gonna use what's called a planetary gear, which means it is tooth geared on the inner ring, on the outside of the inside ring, and on the inside of the outside ring, and then there, instead of ball bearings around it, small gears.
Okay, so I did find another Would You Rather horror edition. Would you rather endure the dread of exhuming someone's grave or dwell in your dream house despite it being built over a hallowed burial ground? So, dig up somebody or live in a haunted house?
Haunted house, I'm lazy. I don't like digging. Like I've had company before. It's not that bad.
Yeah, I know you haven't. You have. Tyler also agrees haunted house.
I'm too lazy. I ain't trying to do all that digging. Like, it's not even about the grave. Like, ooh, scary, a grave. That's a lot of digging. That's 8 feet. And if you're gonna dig up the whole thing, that's like freaking probably 6 foot tall coffin by probably 2 feet across. So it's like 8 by 6 by 2 you have to dig up. That's a lot of dirt. That is a lot of dirt.
Yeah, that it is a lot of dirt.
Graveyard's chimed in.
He says I'm a Dutch guy. What is a little ghost for a cheap, nice house? So I'm guessing he's gonna go haunted house. Rather
That's
live
the
in a
other
haunted
thing.
house.
You get a freaking house? Like, you know what a house goes for now?
Yeah, I wonder what the one that's down the block is going for.
Like, the housing economy is freaking garbage. Still. Especially out in Cali.
Yeah. Anyone else in the chat have an opinion of digging up a grave or living in a haunted house? Which one would you rather? Uh-huh. Okay. Easy money rather dig. He's used to manual labor. Okay.
Oh my, don't get on. Dig a hole.
Alrighty. Well, that's his prerogative. That's what he wants to do.
I guess it also kind of depends. Do you get equipment?
Doesn't say.
Or is like shovel status? Like, if it's backhoe, I mean, that's not bad.
I mean, it probably is just that.
especially if the kitchen is big.
Yeah, because typically really older houses that are haunted, they had really big kitchens.
I mean, the old
Sewong,
Victorian
Sewong,
Portuguese
it's
house.
dig up a body or live in a haunted house, basically. So, yeah, those are your choices.
Depending on how you look at fucking the ghost situation, pretty much every house is a haunted house.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sorry for the silence. I'm waiting for Say Wong to answer.
Ow, I stabbed myself.
And Jeff is stabbing himself. Or should we just forget about Say Wong's answer and find something else? Oh, he
Either
picked the house.
vote.
So majority of people rather take the house than dig up a body.
Is manual labor or a free house? Like, that's. When you take away the freaking part of that, like, manual labor for not really any reward, or a free house. It's a very minimal drawback.
Well, it doesn't say if the house is free. It just says to live in that. So, sure, there'll be some sort of price like property tax or something. And if you guys are curious what I'm reading from, I'm reading from the Would You Rather Horror Edition. Creepy Decisions and Scary Questions, a terrifyingly fun game for teens and adults by Sophia Rivers. Aww. I think Jeff found this when you were on one of your trips out of town for work.
No, that was an Amazon find. Just looked up Would You Rather, and that was one of the ones that popped up in the Amazon.
Oh, I thought you found this in a store.
No, that was an Amazon. That was one of the Amazon buys. Okay, now I'll figure this out. I have to figure out how to get this forehead to line up properly.
Okay, wouldn't you need like maybe the
Oh, I'm probably gonna have to straight pin it, but getting it to line up in the spot where I needed to straight pin it.
Oh, okay. Well, let me see if I can find what was the other one on this page here. This one seems too easy, but it's right here. Would you rather be forced to make a deal with the devil or be captured as a ritual sacrifice for a cult? Deal with the devil or sacrificed by a cult?
I mean, deals usually mean you're getting something.
Huh?
The deal sounds like at least you're getting something out of this.
True. I think either way you lose your soul. Cam said deal with the devil. Graveyard said devil. And going back to the other one, Easy Money said also you're only digging in money once. Girl Mo went back to haunted house. Graveyard also said devil isn't real, cults are. So yeah. Easy Money's still defending digging up a body.
Devils are real. They're called politicians.
Well, there you go, Graveyard. There you go. Coin flip outcome is the same. So, yeah, Say Wong can't decide. Even choosing coin flips, he can't figure it out. Graveyard said, I don't want to be sacrificed to the Church of Tom Cruise. What would you pick, babe?
Oh, the devil thing I already said.
Okay. I just thought you're speaking thoughts. Yeah. So,
I mean, at least the devil thing, like, you tend to get something out of it. Good at music, good at something.
yeah,
or you can become Johnny Blaze, or freaking Spawn, or
you end up having to do something for him in the end.
I mean,
as for Colt, you just die.
Or you can end up like the chick from freaking She-Hulk, making deals with goats in weird places.
Okay, so like, wait a minute, what?
On She-Hulk, she ends up making a deal with a goat. She went to this fiery place, and there was like a goat, and she made a deal to get back, and then she ended up with Wong, watching freaking soap operas.
Deals
or not soap operas, like 90s garbage shows, like freaking Gilmore Girls style stuff.
Okay.
But her and Wong, Sorcerer Supreme, I think he was at that time.
Alrighty. Well, let's see here. You almost done? Or how far along are you on the mask? With that
I am sewing the last little piece here. Then I get to flip it right side out and see how it came out. Because honestly, I have no clue. I am currently sewing up the forehead, though, which has been the most difficult part to sew.
And just so you guys know, this cosplay that he's making, it's not meant for a contest. It's just meant for fun. So, Easy Money, are you saying you're going to choose a deal with the devil? Is that what it is? I'm confused. My head hurts. Don't do that. I haven't eaten dinner yet. I just want to find more Would You Rathers now.
Probably put a mark next to the ones we've done or something.
I guess I could do that.
That way we don't end up repeat.
I'm going to put a mark on that one and a mark on that one. I need to find the other page of the first one.
We'll find out later.
Yeah. Too long. I want it easy.
Easy like Sunday morning.
Alright, and then we did this one.
Hey, Graveyard. Do you have a show today? And if so, who do you have on your show today?
Oh, yeah. Type in your pluggable if you have it. If not, it's fine. But if you have one, yeah, feel free. You do. Come, tell us. Nico Nice. Ooh. Why are the decent ones long? Who
Nothing
can I
good is
find?
easy and nothing easy is good.
He can find find zero on in the internet about. He can't find anything about Nico Nice. Oh, that's gonna suck. Well, hopefully you still have a good interview. And I'm sure there's a reason why. Maybe he made a deal with the devil. Could probably ask him that. So, guys, if you want to see Graveyard try to ask people questions like Nico Nice, when we're done here, go over to his channel. He loves horror, so just going to nerd out on it. Sweet. We like nerds, obviously. Oh, girl mode, it's okay. It's okay. We've all been there. I do it all the time when I'm watching distance nerding. That is creepy. I don't like it. It's too real of a face. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah.
So he didn't make a. So he made a hit. So he made a hit monkey face for funsies. It's more for a funsy cosplay for Bruce. So yeah. And he likes
Figure
to
out
make
where that
things
boy's
real
ears
creepy.
fit.
Huh?
I have to figure out where that boy's ears are supposed to be.
Oh yeah, because he's not here.
Yeah. I need him for a couple things. I need to figure out where his ears go. And I need to figure out if he fits those shoes, the Crocs. The
I thought you
knockoff
had
Crocs.
Yeah, I thought
He
you
has
had
not tried those Crockies on.
Mm.
So, but yeah.
I can't look at your screen. I can't.
So we have a head now. I'm going to grab the shoes and assume that they fit, hopefully.
All right, while he's off screen doing that, I found another one. Would you rather have to hike through a minefield to get home or have to trek through a rainforest riddled with possible sinkholes? So possibly stand on landmines or possibly step in sinkholes. Which one would you rather? And I'll put my little mark in the book. Graveyard says sinkholes. Yeah, because if you have a sinkhole and you kind of just barely step in, you can pull your foot out. You can escape that more than a landmine. Girl
Okay.
mode sees sinkholes.
Knockoff Crocs.
What size are those Crocs?
2?
Ooh. I don't think he fits those.
Mm-hmm. Well, they still get. He fits those white ones in his room, right?
Yes, they're a little too big, but yes.
Where did we get those?
Dollar Tree.
Did they have them again?
Not
Invisible
here.
Black.
No, because we got those when we went to Oregon.
Out there.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Also, shout out to Billy Zane, who was in Tombstone. Was he? That's
Yeah,
your favorite.
Billy Zane. He's been in a lot of stuff. He was in Back to the Future. Graveyard Shift flick.
Yeah. And it looks like only Grave and Girl Mode have answered the Would You Rather, and they both said sinkholes.
Billy Zane actually. So one time when I was doing the costume contest for Sinister, Billy Zane was one of the guests, and he was the panel on Sunday right before the cosplay contest or the makeup contest, and I was dressed like Night of the Living Dead 2, the green zombie punk rocker street gang type style. I had the leather jacket on. I had the chain across me. I had the green paint. I had an eyeball hanging out my head. I had all kinds of cool stuff like that. Did not win, but that's besides the point. Because I'm standing out in the hallway waiting to go up, and Billy Zane walks out from his panel, and we're all lined up. All the contest people are lined up, and he's in the middle of a conversation talking, and he just stops in the middle of his conversation, looks over and goes, "That's cool," and points at me, and then keeps walking. After that, I didn't really care that I didn't win because, I mean, Billy Zane liked it.
Yeah. Yeah, we have our opinions about that thing. So what you doing now?
I am slitting the palm of this glove. I want to use this as just kind of a concept because, I mean, it will be wider than this, but it'll at least give me the ideal of what I'm doing. I think I can go something like that, wrap the shoe like that, and then because I put the wire in there, I can actually fold these up. And then I'll be able to fold these guys like that. Giving it kind of that splayed toe monkey look.
Okay. So
I am freestyling.
Okay, because I was wondering, I figured you had an idea on how to do the feet, but I didn't know that was an idea.
I am very much freestyling. I'm going to wait to trim this back part until we get the other shoe because I don't know how far back I'm going to need it. But if I do have the extra here up to that point, I will probably cut that off and then put it back here to help hide some of this bottom part here. Mm-hmm. That way when he's walking, it blends a little more. Although, kind of like, since it's a black shoe, it kind of works real well there. I might just split it and glue it to the inside. So I get that nice seamless look right there.
Yeah.
Definitely gets different hair. So I will stuff these guys real quick. Now that I can get into the glove a little more too. Because now it's all open. This is also a large glove. So it's actually meant for a hand my size. Which makes it really easy for me. That means I can cut thumb to fit my fingers basically. Roughly the size of my finger. Should fit in there decently. And I am leaving it super long like that because I am overstuffing these because that gives it its bulk. And these are all just this white foam that I'm using just drops. Again, save your drops until you're done with your projects. Because I'm also in the middle of making Squirrel Girl's tail. So I have a rather large tail that is also posable. So this is going to be a big old squirrel. So.
Yeah, that's my tail.
That's the shape I was talking about, though. Like that.
Are you gonna wear? Yeah, I was gonna say, are you gonna wear Daisy Dukes, honey?
I mean, I do got them green Reptar shorts, so.
Oh yeah, those.
The Reptar shorts are short.
Yeah, it's like who wear short shorts?
That's like Blink 182 music video short.
First Date.
Or what was it? What was the other one? I think Alien Ant Farm was the other one that had a video with those.
Not that I can think of, but then again, of course, I know more about Blink than I do Alien Ant Farm.
There was the album after they did Smooth Criminal. It's not the one with the ant on the cover. The one with like the vanilla envelope 1970s notebook cover.
So the old school basketball gym shorts.
Yeah. And during one of the videos, they're like playing in a garage, and there's the dude with short shorts jogging.
Oh, like from the scene in Juno.
Yeah. Like, but he's jogging like down the street, like, yeah.
Yeah, the whole track team was doing that too, and all she can see is pork swords.
Mm-hmm.
Yet one of them is her baby daddy.
Weird crossover would be if that was like a prequel to fucking Scott Pilgrim. Where was that supposed to take place?
Where, Juno?
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't remember.
Because I know the other one, Scott Pilgrim, is Vancouver, Canada. Canada. Is one of the Canadian imports.
Oh, it's supposed to be Elk River, Minnesota.
Yeah, that sounds right. I was going to guess like Michigan area or something.
Yeah.
Great up there.
But it was actually filmed in Vancouver. But the fictional town where it's set in is in Minnesota.
It was actually filmed where the other one takes place.
Yeah.
Which the other one was also filmed.
Yeah. What are you trying to say about people from the Midwest?
It's not the people, it's so much as like, that just looks like a cold area. It looked cold. It looked cold out there. Like cold. Not like that Reno cold that I did We did for a while. But like cold.
Yeah. I mean, that will. And Bruce loved the cold. He loved the snow and he missed it so much. But he gets cold all the time.
I asked Bruce the other day, which one would you rather be at, Reno or out here? He said out here because he has his friends. And I'm like, if it wasn't for your friends, which one? He's like, out there.
Well, yeah, because it's not like his best friend is still in Reno.
Yeah, no, he likes the place. He doesn't like it, but he knows people here.
Ew, it's been around 100 for the past 2 weeks in Chicago. Ew. Ew. We've gotten like 92 at the most so far.
Was it like you have a lot of water bodies up in that region there? Did it get humid up there?
Yeah, that's true. It's easier to get warm than to cool off, and Bruce really loves to snuggle with hoodies and blankies and stuff. But he's built a good little friend group here, and he has a group of adult friends who think he's just an adorable, goofy kid. So, what kid doesn't like that attention?
I'm gonna ditch this liner.
You get to negative 20 in the winter and over 100 in the summer. You were like, out. It makes me not want to visit out there.
That's mood swingy. I don't like it. Well, what does it do during the spring? Is it just like starting in the morning, freezing your dick off, and then by the evening you're like dying? The spring is usually like that determining weather. That's that one where you get the swings. Spring and fall.
Spring, he says 60 to 70. Yes. 100-degree day
Okay, that's nice.
here in June. Yeah, that's what we got in June. And tomorrow and Friday is supposed to be about 100 because you said something about it, Tyler, and you jinxed it. Mad at you, and I saw that because you said
cool. I don't have to be stick welding. Not like I'm doing a hot job or anything.
Yeah.
So what I just did here, because I just realized I wasn't aiming at the project, I cut the liner out because that's just going to make it hard to glue it down. Cut the liner out. I shoved more foam in this guy, and now I had cut fingers for the fingers. So I need to put a little more foam in that one. And our crafty little son is like, I want to make a dragon out of the leftover foam.
He likes making stuff. Again, which is why he got gifted 3 pounds of foam clay.
Yeah, but he saw the drops from your tail on the floor when he came down to help make his belt buckle. Because he helped print out his belt buckle.
Yeah.
And he saw the foam on the ground, and he's like, I can do this and this. And I'm like, you gotta wait till I am done with the project, sir. When it goes to the scrap bin, you are allowed to scavenge. But until then, you got to wait. Okay, so now we have wire and foam in all those. We're going to use this guy for a tester again. might be having to look in the graveyard on the go.
Oh,
Graveyard on the go.
on the go.
Might have to go grab Bruce some shoes
Oh, yeah.
so I can finish this. Because I have to also get your tail done.
Yeah. Which is in this big old box.
Well, part of it.
Yeah.
Part of it's there. Part of it's there.
Oh. But yeah.
The foam's there, and then over there's the fur, because it's what some of the drops from Woofington there. Little Garth donated some of his extra fur. He wasn't using that ass fur anyways.
Well,
So,
yeah,
I'm
his
thinking
ass
something
is
like
falling.
that. That kind of looks like a monkey foot to me.
Yeah.
I'm thinking something like that. Then I'll glue it in real tight.
I have a comment for what's going on in the chat because Graveyard said Tater did his hot shorts weather dance, and Tater says yes, he did indeed. I'm wondering where was he when he did that? Like, was he at home and was doing it in his backyard? Huh?
Sounds like a steamed potato situation.
Ew. He was in your dreams for sure. Okay. Alrighty. Sounds like you two need to have a private conversation. Tater being in your dreams and dancing and hot shorts and
I'm just gonna go with what happens on Distance Nerding's OnlyFans stays on Distance Nerding's OnlyFans.
The beard is in Phil's dreams, or at least I believe this is Phil running Distance Nerding on our chat. I won't know.
I did not even realize they popped in when I said that comment. That is perfect timing.
Yeah, I don't even know if they really heard you.
All right, so I have no clue where I put the other glove.
I don't know either. It's never James.
I can prep
it. It's never Philippe. It's never James. So it's nobody. It's a ghost. It's Jackie.
It's bots.
It's Jackie. Hey, Miss Jackie.
Or randomly, it could be Fred. It's Sewong.
Sewong has access to the DN accounts? All right. Yep, it's confirmed it's Sewong. Okay.
All right, so I'm just going to prep my parts for the other glove because I have no clue where the other glove went. But I can prep my parts. So I can do things like, this is my thumb. Thumb.
Finger. All right, Grave. Have a good show. I don't know if you're still in or not, but have a great show.
Yeah. Okay. Good luck with your freestyling.
Yeah, Tater, where were you for 3 months? You didn't show up. What's your excuse? I don't even know what 3-month period we're talking about, but yeah. I'm kind of happy that our chats turned into kind of like the distance learning chats, or the people in there kind of arguing with each other, talking some shit.
Yeah. It's all about having conversation.
Not necessarily a void. We're not really a void. It's our house. So. I look at Tyler's not even answering because he's ashamed. He's ashamed. He's trying to call out James. And then he got called out by Sewong. Mm. Unless he's driving because he's bringing me food, then that's okay. What are you?
There, now we have finger bones.
Okay, I was just finally looking at your screen. I'm like, what are you doing?
Prepping the parts for the other glove that I do not know where I put.
Yay!
But I can do things like cut the foam down to dimension to stuff in there and stuff like that. Got myself some stuffing foam. Everyone needs good stuffing foam. So you can eat.
So we have about 15 minutes left, hon, if you were not noticing the time.
Oh, not paying attention to time at all. Okay.
Yeah.
So
That's why I'm here.
So far, we have foam for fingers for the other hand that I have no clue where is, which is actually a foot. Boom! Which are these little gold wires here that hurt kind of when I smacked it. We have one done. Kind of. I get the right shoe to put it on. We sewed the face into the monkey. The face into the monkey.
The monkey has a face. The monkey has a face. Don't do that.
Okay. We have found another thing that bugged Sandra.
Shit it.
And yeah. Oh, and we talked.
We talked
about this.
Oh, yeah. So, getting back to that, this weekend we'll be at Silver Age Comic Con in Reno, Nevada with Distance Nerding. If you want to say hi, go over to Distance Nerding booth at Silver Age. And also, if you want to be up close and personal and you happen to have a Marvel cosplay, on Saturday at 12:30, you can come hang out with us at the Tomb Room booth for the Marvel Meetup. Taco Bell Bear, hush, Tyler. So,
if you want to be on Distance Nerding in a way, if you ask questions at their panels, we are filming them now, and there's a camera for the question people, so you could end up on a Distance Nerding show.
I have.
Me too. And I'm behind. So I'm behind the camera and in front of the camera and.
Yeah, but I was actually asking a question.
So was I.
And I was arguing with James.
I asked Rolf a question.
Oh. And Cam is on one too.
You want to look at it.
Yeah, but see, I argued with James during mine. And Sean Gunn stopped it because, yeah. So there's the Marvel meetup on Saturday at 12:30 at Silver Age Comic Con with Tomb Room. If you can't get out there, Stockton Con is the same weekend, and there's going to be a bunch of people there. Sack Geeks is going to have a booth there, and I forgot to mention it earlier, but Sacramento Spider-Verse is going to be there, and I do believe they're doing a raffle giveaway of a hard shell Spider-Man mask. So if you go to Sacramento Spider-Verse's Instagram, I think they have more details on that giveaway. So go over there, hit them up, and find out how to win that at Stockton Con. And then Friday,
also,
the
Stockton Con, we're going to be putting in our social medias about the in-person spot, you can go buy tickets because there's apparently a bunch of them all over the freaking Central Valley area.
Okay, and in the chat here, Girl Mode Official says that Spider-Verse is doing the giveaway on Saturday only. Thank you for that information. Sadly, she won't be there because she can't get out there. We need to get her driver's license. So, and then on that Saturday, the 8th, or Friday, the 18th, so after this weekend, there's a Straw Hat night market hosted by Straw Hat Coffee. It's anime themed, and Zach Geeks is going to be there. Grumpy Cookies is going to be there, along with many other vendors. You guys can come join us on Friday from 6 to 10. It'll be a lot of fun. I don't think I own anything anime unless I want to wear Bruce's anime bag, and I'll find something and come hang out with us there. And then on Saturday, the 19th, Nova Collectibles in Madera, California is going to be having Rocky and Goldar at their shop. So Steve Carnitas, and I'm going to botch this up again, Kerrigan Mahan are going to be there. And I would love if we could go and meet Goldar. It would be totally awesome. So that's what's going on for that weekend, and there's nothing going on Sunday. The weekend after that, we will be in Medford, Oregon for Metal Art Comic Con with Distance Nerding again. Maybe if Seiwang's running the socials, he'll be there. That'll be amazing. So if you guys want to travel and hang out with us, go out to Metal Arc. And then that same weekend of Metal Arc, Sack Geeks is having their Geek Pride Market at Lucid Winery, and it's superhero themed. So you can go and buy superhero nerdy stuff, dress up in cosplay if you wish, and have some wine.
Give me Hit Monkey.
No. Changing the slide. Also, guys, Distance Nerding is promoting a giveaway. They reach 500 subs on YouTube. They will give away Lego. So you go over to their social media to see what you have to do to get in the giveaway, do the giveaway, and get them their 500 subscribers. Also, we are trying to reach 200 subscribers. So if you guys want to tell people about us too, so we can do giveaways, we have a bunch of stuff to give away, like the Leo Plaridon, Charlie. And Jeff's working on getting it down. This Witcher figure, I'm not sure who the character is, but it's pretty freaking cool.
Triss Miracle Gold.
Triss Miragold?
Miragold from season 2.
Okay, well, yeah. If you guys want to win some cool stuff like that from us, help us get to 200, help Distance Nerding get to 500, and you can win prizes everywhere.
This isn't the one we're giving away, but we're giving away the same thing.
Yeah, not that exact one, but one just like it.
Or, yeah, more or less.
Yeah. So, guys, that about wraps it up for the events we are doing for the month of July. And if you happen to know of any that we don't know about and you want us to tell people about it, just DM us on the socials and I can find the flyer and put it up on there so everyone knows about it. And I think that about does it.
Yep, there you're done. Okay. And it is 54. So make sure you guys go check out Graveyard. It should be an interesting conversation, seeing he's just gonna sit there and nerd about horror stuff. So that should be a fun conversation. I always like listen free interviews where there's not really a direction. That's kind of how I like the interviews.
Yeah, it has a rough outline.
Yeah. So definitely, guys, go check out Graveyard. Mostly Pod out at night. He'll be on in any time now. He'll be
Like
clicking up there.
within the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, he'll be usually by the time I shut this down, he's already up. So I will see you guys over there. I do not know how active in the chat I will be, but I will always say one thing. So remember, everybody, be a maker, not a hater. Bye.
Bye.